right. Well, I guess I can go next.
Okay.
Sure.
Jordan here. So my topic is, obviously we're all pretty big Marvel fans here. So my topic is, what is your second favorite Marvel hero? Not first, because everybody knows they were first, I think. But what is your second favorite Marvel hero?
Spider-Man.
Is your second?
Yes.
Who's your first?
Fat Thor.
So it's Thor.
Because I have a body of a god.
I'm talking comic book, not MCU.
Yeah.
Here.
Well, either or.
Hey, it's still Marvel.
Just in general.
But yeah. So Spider-Man is my number one.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, Spider-Man is probably realistically my number one, too. I just like to say Fat Thor because it reminds me a lot of myself.
No, I think we could all agree that Spider-Man's probably just the best.
Yeah, Spider-Man's, I think,
That'll be one of my
that's why
topics
we've all kind
Yeah,
of
so I think Thor, though, would be my answer for this.
Thor.
I do like Thor a lot.
Because I think Thor Ragnarok is one of my favorite Marvel movies.
It's
and
really good.
Him as a character is just awesome. And I don't know, I feel like a lot of people hated what they did in Endgame with him, but personally, I loved it.
It was just crazy.
I loved it.
I think it was cool.
It was so funny when they were playing Fortnite, and he's like...
I just like the
He's
whole...
back on again.
I know a lot of people hated it, but I was like, I like how the whole, like, he was just broken. Like, it literally, like, if you look at the MCU to that point, there's reason for it to happen, because he literally, his home world got destroyed.
He lost
then
everything.
Half of his people got wiped out.
His parents before that, and then he lost
Then,
his brother.
then his parents, then his brother, then half of his people got wiped out, and then another half of his people got wiped out because Thanos attacked his ship and then snapped half the universe away.
His best friend
Yep.
died.
Heimdall died.
Hammer.
Lost, like, everything, and, like, then realizing that he almost could have, like, prevented it, and Thanos ended up escaping.
And
It's
then he
like...
did everything to get his Stormbreaker, the new hammer, and it failed.
Yep.
It still killed everybody.
Yep.
Yeah.
And so it's like, it makes sense that he was, like, broken and depressed and really didn't have anywhere to go. And so...
Yeah.
That's why some of the best parts of that movie is him and his mom.
Yeah.
Like, it's so good.
No.
It is so good.
I think this kind of gets into a deeper conversation. Is obviously
fine.
like,
You guys are fine.
how much do people care about storytelling in video or in movies?
I've watched when I do this stuff. It's fine. Me too.
Because, like, I feel like a lot of people that complain about that don't care about the story of the MCU. They care about, I want to see Thor kick butt, or I want to see, like...
He did. Quite a few
And
times.
he did.
But, like...
He's still very powerful.
People, I think a lot of times people hate change in characters.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like...
I'm usually one of those people.
I usually am
Not
too.
that I hate change, especially like the MCU. I want them... They're going to use their, creative rights, right, and make it their own.
Yeah.
You just want the change to make sense.
I want it to respect where they came from, first off.
Yeah.
And I want it to make sense.
But, yeah, we want to have character growth. We don't just want to be... I don't want the same Thor that was in Avengers
Change the
1 and
story
Endgame.
and stuff,
right?
That's fine.
Yeah.
But keep the character fundamentally the same.
Yeah.
Because that character has 60, 80 years of history.
Yeah.
Like, this is an established character and is loved and beloved by everyone for reasons. You don't need to change that to fix a new generation or something. Like, you don't.
Exactly. Yeah, I think Thor would be mine, though, because honestly, him and Spider-Man,
He's actually gotten some really
they're
cool...
both up there. Because I really like the Norse mythology stuff, and so
Thor has some cool storylines.
He's
definitely
some recent ones, too, have been really good. When he's
Fear
Herald...
itself and Siege storylines are really cool if you ever read those in comics.
The newest one was the Herald of Galactus is pretty cool.
Is there another Thor movie that they're making? Or
yeah,
no?
It's called Love and Thunder. It's coming out.
When's that coming out?
Next 2 years, I think.
I think it's 2020.
Oh, it's 2 years from now?
Christian Bale's the main bad guy.
Oh, that's right. I heard about that. Yeah,
God Butcher.
I forgot. Okay, yeah, I remember hearing he was a bad guy, and then I just totally forgot.
He's also supposedly in the next Guardians of the Galaxy too. So.
Oh, cool. That's actually another one I need to see. I haven't seen the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Any of them?
No.
You would really like those.
You'd enjoy those.
I know they would be. Because I love them in Avengers. Like I think there's some of my. I think they're some of my favorite characters, but I just.
Is it still the best movie of all time? Never was.
Never
man.
was.
I love.
Nothing goes over my head. I would catch it.
You guys from Earth? No, we're from Missouri.
That's Earth, dumbass. I love them,
Who
man.
do you guys
Yeah.
follow? You want me to say Jesus?
You need to watch this.
Yeah,
Oh, I definitely
Guardians
definitely
of the
do.
Galaxy is
100%
amazing.
I do, yeah. There's a lot that I need to watch, and I know
Yeah.
that.
Yep, you do.
I know.
Stop failing, Jordan.
I can't help
If
it.
we
My
can
whole
move
life's a
on,
failure.
I
Yeah.
guess
So
my number 2, I'll just go.
yeah, Dan, you got yours.
is Wolverine.
Oh,
Ooh, I forgot.
that's
about
my
him.
number 2. so-
Logan.
So we can do this one.
Yeah, we can duel
But,
this one.
Wolverine is fantastic.
He's awesome.
Oh,
All right. And I do have a soft spot. Okay, Spider-Man's my number 1.
Huge
Wolverine's one of his best
jacked
friends.
man.
Okay. A lot of people don't know that, but
Really?
Yeah, they
Wolverine
are.
and Spider-Man are buds.
Yep.
Really?
Mhm.
Yep.
They have like the most respect for each other, like of anyone.
Yep.
But they never interact at all in the movies.
Well,
the movie.
Well,
the movie
that's
legal.
Because they don't have the
that's
rights.
Right.
legal
I know.
reasons.
Yeah.
Now they can,
They
but
do now. It wouldn't make sense in the MCU, but right now, especially since he
Not
doesn't
yet.
exist, but,
Yeah.
Mhm.
But no, like Wolverine, like wholeheartedly believes Spider-Man is like one of the best of humans, of humankind. Like he is one of the greatest superheroes.
Hmm.
He is. Okay, we'll just.
Which
I
he is.
did not know
but
that.
no, he's so good for just the sake of being good. Like he's really the soul of like the Avengers and just the Marvel, superhero.
Do you think Spider-Man would be
Much,
good
you know?
if he wasn't in a city?
I mean, he's
Yeah.
been in lots of places where he's not in the city.
Well, like, just throw him out, like, I don't know, let's say here. Like,
he
in
wouldn't be able to
Spirit
web
Lake.
swing, but like
he
still,
loses-
He
webs.
still has a
Oh, yeah.
lot of power,
yeah.
speed. He has his spider
Reflexes.
senses.
he wouldn't be as mobile. I don't think.
He
but
wouldn't
like,
be able to web swing through buildings, obviously. You throw him
Yeah.
in the Sahara Desert, okay, but he can still handle his own.
Yeah.
That's fair.
He fought Sandman in the Sahara Desert once. That was fun.
Mhm.
Speaking of which, you saw that new poster with Sandman
Yep.
in the new movie?
looks awesome.
I'm
But,
so excited.
Wolverine's great. I love it. How he takes it upon himself, the burden upon himself to do the things that need to be done, but no one should have to do.
Mhm.
That's why he is the best at what he does, but what he does isn't very nice. Obviously, it's camping. I like how he's not, like, invincible, but he is.
Yeah.
Like, he still has to go through all of the crap. Like, he dies the most brutal way all the time, but he always comes back
Yep.
because he needs to.
Yeah.
Like,
Uh-huh.
he's been through more pain than just about anyone in the
Yeah.
in the Marvel universe, But I don't know. He holds together the X-Men when lots of crap goes down. He's like kind of the opposite of Cyclops when he's the leader and everything.
When was Wolverine introduced?
Wait.
Later on,
It was a later character?
Mhm.
He was
he
introduced in
wasn't.
Hulk.
He was after second generation, I think.
Well, like what year, though? Like about what year?
Oh, a long time.
Yeah, he was.
Long time.
He was first introduced in Hulk comics. He fought Hulk, and then they made him more fleshed out and made him an X-Men and stuff.
Okay.
But yeah, I know for me, he was actually one of the first heroes I ever heard about. Like when I was very young, my parents, like I said, they got me this Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past. But then I would go over to hang out with my brother, and they actually had this old X-Men arcade type game.
Oh, is it the
It was really
beat 'em
hard,
up?
It was really
The
hard.
beat 'em up.
Yeah.
That game is awesome.
But
The game
there were
was
only
awesome.
two characters I was good at in that game: Spider-Man and Wolverine. Those are the only two characters I was good at, so I got really attached to them.
Probably because of the two
And-
strongest ones, right?
No.
No, there were others
No.
actually way better, but those were the only two I managed to
Wait, is
get.
it the? I'm thinking. Is it
I think
the?
you're thinking of something different.
Are you thinking of Marvel vs. Capcom?
No. This was Super Nintendo way back in the day when it was actually like an
Oh.
arcade style
Yeah,
thing
yeah.
where you had to go through and like
They had
survive.
it on the arcade games.
I didn't
That
know
game's
Spider-Man was in that game.
I think Spider-Man is. I think Iron Man is too.
Huh.
For a little bit, like they're additional characters, not like the main story.
Gotcha.
hmm
Yeah.
But I remember playing through that. And that was one of my first exposures to the superhero and comics world.
Mhm.
And so when I got in there and actually started reading, they were actually two of the three first ones I started reading. The other one being Batman. If you guys can't tell, I'm a Batman fan.
Of course.
So
Never
those were
would've
the
guessed.
three comics I started reading back in the day. And for most of my life, they were probably the only three I really cared about. The three that I
Yeah.
kept up with, the three that I followed. And then when the superhero movies started getting big, what was one of the first big Marvel
Hugh
heroes?
Jackman.
Huge jacked man.
Jacked man.
Right?
Jacked man.
So back in
Which he
those
is.
days,
He did. Yeah.
portrayed him really well.
He did his own little spin, but he's so good.
He is.
He
really
is
good.
so good. And I don't know. It hooked me, you know.
Speaking
and
of,
I fell in love with the
speaking
character.
of that, I found out the other day that like it was a while ago actually, but that scene in Days of Future Past when the young Magneto and Professor X go to find him in the bar.
And he's like,
That's improvised.
Yeah.
Like he just was like
There's
sitting there.
supposed to be something else going
He was
on,
supposed to
and
actually say something
he
more.
just blurted that out, and they just like walked
He's
away.
like, "Go F yourself," and they're like, "All right,"
Yeah, that's
and they just kept
improvised.
to the movie. I was like, "That's awesome,"
It's totally his character.
because that's
that
like
works.
such a good part of the movie. Like it is his character. Yeah.
Right. But yeah, I don't know. He's got a soft spot for me. I love Wolverine,
Yeah, he's awesome.
and like I said, there's that connection to Spider-Man, which makes it even better. Like, there's a comic series called Spider-Man and the X-Men, and this is when Wolverine dies after one of their, I can't remember what happens, but they have a school, and he was a teacher, and he literally says in his will, like, have Spider-Man teach my class, because first off, he knows there's a traitor in the class, and Spider-Man's one of the only people in the world that he trusts immensely, like, without a doubt. So
knows that he wouldn't be the traitor.
he would know. He would come in and find them because he's also a genius.
Yeah.
But and he cares about kids.
And he's got the Peter
Spider-Man's
tingle.
teacher, too, so. But no, that's a really short one-shot storyline. It's actually pretty cool. But yeah,
Did
no, I
not
love
know that.
Wolverine. He's a cool dude.
And like
Dirty, brutal, but
yeah, I was gonna
for
say
a reason, right?
Yeah.
that was part of what I fell in love with. He was one of those characters that just wasn't afraid to get his hands dirty to get the job done.
Right.
Yep.
Yep. And broken too, like with his memories and all that crap too. Having to do what he has had to do with like the Phoenix Saga and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Like he's a cool character.
He really is. I'm excited for that game.
No.
That's gonna be super good.
Oh yeah.
I forgot they were even making one.
Yep.
Yep.
Insomniac.
Yeah.
I want him to die.
They're growing too.
They're gonna have to.
There's no way they
So
don't.
good.
There's no way they don't. But
And I can see that like his rough and gruff in behavior and Spider-Man's banter like together.
yeah,
It's
that's
so
why
Oh,
I
it'd
think
be pretty
I was
good,
telling
yeah.
you
So
that
good.
a while back. You should play Web of Shadows because they do that in Web of Shadows.
Yeah.
I like that game a lot actually. But
What was that on?
it's a 360
Yeah, it was
era.
360.
So I played it on
I
the
know.
Wii.
I
I
actually
think.
used it as an example for my class one day.
Yeah, I played it on my Wii, but I think the 360 is the best version of it. But yeah, it's like basically the whole plot of it is symbiotes take over New York, and it's like this post-apocalypse. Like you start off in the very beginning cutscene. It's actually a really cool cutscene, with like what happens at the end of the game, and then it takes you back
It's
to
a Venom bomb, right?
yeah. So, and then Wolverine's in it, and basically, like, they're trying to, like, prevent... It's basically a ground zero, and, like, Wolverine, Luke Cage, Spider-Man, and a few other heroes are, like, trying to prevent the symbiotes from growing and
Yeah.
to defeat Venom. It's pretty cool.
Interesting.
But,
There's a Spider-Man and Wolverine. I can't remember what it's called. It's a comic volume that's just them together. A storyline where like they get trapped in the past together and stuff. But there's my favorite scene in like almost all of the comics. They like get back everything, and I can't remember. They're like watching. They were sitting on a roof together or something, and like they see MJ or something, and I think Wolverine just goes, "Redheads, am I right?" And they just fist bump.
that's funny.
Because MJ redhead,
And then Green Jean Grey.
redhead.
Yeah. That's funny.
Yep.
That's so good.
That's really funny. Man,
That's pretty great.
that was great.
Oh yeah, that's mine. Go ahead, Logan.
All right, yeah. So you guys, Wolverine. You got Thor. So mine is it's kind of obvious with my sweatshirt right now, but mine is Captain America.
The American boy.
I love, and it's Steve Rogers specifically. I actually really like Sam Wilson and Bucky Barnes too. Like I think they're both awesome, but specifically Steve Rogers is my favorite.
As it should be.
He's a good character.
He's really cool. Like I just love the whole idea that he's this World War II soldier who got frozen in ice and is a man at a time, and
He's like Disney.
but yeah, I just love the I don't know. I think when I look at Cap, I align with him on a lot of beliefs. Like I just
Yeah, he's good for sake of good.
yeah,
You know.
and he's this leader, and he's just this really hard guy to disagree with at times, and what I love about him too is he's not just this follow blindly guy. He questions, am I making the right call here? Right. And he's very much about doing the right thing, and I love that.
And he's a little bit old-fashioned, but he's not closed-minded either.
Yeah, exactly.
Like he will think about it, and he knows, like, obviously he is the man out of time. Things have changed, so he has to learn about the world again.
Yeah.
But he doesn't let that change who he is either.
Yep.
I was going to say he still holds to his old values and remains true to the tradition.
Morally good.
Yeah.
Just good.
He's also Christian. I do love that line in the first Avengers when
There's only one God, man. I don't think he dresses like that.
Yeah, I love that one. But
yeah,
no,
it's a cool dude.
He's awesome, and I thought the MC did a great job with him. His whole arc in that that saga was insanely good. Like, it was bittersweet to see him leave, but it was
well-earned.
It's a very well earned win, and it's just a really good character, really well done character that I hope to see at some point later down the line. Like, I don't know. This is a different topic, but obviously I'd love to see him come back some way later on. But I don't know.
I just picture him saying, no, I don't think I will.
Essentially, Chris Evans wants nothing more to do with the MC.
You don't think so?
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
I thought he...
That's my understanding as well.
Yeah.
Huh.
But who knows? Like,
but
we got a new one, so...
Yeah, but, like, also Winter Soldier is one of my probably favorite movies ever.
I
like,
think that is the best Marvel movie.
I do, too. It's so good.
Hands down is the best.
It is, like, so well done. I love the story. I love... it's...
There's a lot of good ones, though.
The pacing is incredible.
Character development
is awesome.
Just the kind of sleek, behind-the-scenes nature of everything that's going on.
Yep. It's got my favorite cap suit.
It's got my favorite... Soundtrack's great, too.
Yeah.
It's got my favorite ending sequence, design-wise, ever as well.
So, yeah.
That's just something for me. But.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure we discussed this before, and we all know. So yes, I think we went into good detail about this. So for those out there who are watching this and want to know more about our favorites on that, you should go watch that episode. Yeah. I don't remember which one it was, but...
Did we have that?
Yeah. We discussed favorite Marvel movie.
Yeah,
I guess, yeah. All right, we discussed favorite Marvel movie. That's fair. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're right.
So,
I was still on the, just like, second favorite superhero. I'm like,
no.
That's oddly specific. That's not one we talked about already.
No. But favorite Marvel movie we have spoken about, so... I do love discussing that, but for the sake of keeping on topic, I do want to keep...
But, yeah.
So, otherwise, if you guys want to know more, have any other questions, all of our Twitters are in the description as well. So feel free to tweet at us.
Overall, I just love Cap. And I think when I look at him as a character, I really connect with him on a lot of things. Like, a big part of his character is, like, questioning things and be like, are we doing the right thing here? And, like, I do that a lot. Like, I'm very, like... hey, I want to make sure I'm doing the right thing and, like, I'm making the right call. I have the right beliefs on things. And so I really make sure that I don't let my own, pre-notions about things or whatever get in the way. And I try to make the right call. And
all while representing something, too.
Exactly.
But representing what it should be, not necessarily what it is.
Exactly. And that's what I love.
He is a man of the government. He's a soldier.
But he's not, like, this government drone.
He's a man of what the government should be
for
the people, and when the government is corrupt, he's all against that.
As he should be.
Yeah.
And I just love how, like,
he would hate the U.S. government right now.
I just love how he doesn't he's not afraid to call BS when he sees it, especially with his closest friends, right?
Like Civil War.
Like Civil War is a great example of that. Like,
calls Tony out.
Yeah, and he's
this
like,
isn't right.
Exactly.
And he dies for it.
Yep. Exactly. But
it's a great comic, by the way. You should check that out. Civil War.
Yep.
First one.
Oh, speaking of Marvel stuff, this has popped in my head. Have you seen the little snippet where they're having like an NBA Finals watch party with the Marvel characters? Have you seen that at all? Like, Tony Stark is hosting an NBA Finals watch party.
Oh, isn't it Spider-Man coming in?
And Spider-Man has to go get snacks for Tim Duncan.
Yeah, it was. I think that was a trailer for Far From Home.
I don't know what it was. I just remember saying I saw it this morning.
Yeah, it was a trailer. It was a trailer for Far From Home when that was coming out. It was during the NBA Finals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he had to go get snacks for Tim Duncan, and they were having like a watch party at
Yeah,
the Avengers
It was
Tower.
actually
It was pretty funny.
it was pretty funny. I didn't even remember that, but no, yeah, Cap's a great character.
Yes, he's really cool.
Because I just thought of
Very
it
good.
because he's like happy. He's asking like, send the invites out, and he goes, "Well, what about Cap? No, it's too soon for that," or something like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
No.
I think probably the most respectable Marvel superhero there is.
yeah,
Agreed.
Yeah, I can see that.
Worthy of, at least, I guess.
Yeah, I can see that.
I think Spider-Man, obviously, but
I mean,
people don't have that same respect yet
Yeah.
for him as he probably deserves.
yeah,
For
Mhm.
obvious reasons and good reasons, too.
yeah.
But
And Cap is truly worthy.
he's a good
One
dude.
of the few.
Mm-hmm. But no, he's definitely one of my top 5. So
Yeah.
I don't know if he'd be 3 or 4, but he's definitely top 5.
Mm-hmm.
So
He's a good one.
very good.
There's a lot
Yeah.
of good ones. We'll talk about this more some other times.
Mhm.
Yeah, for sure. So,
You
all right.
move on then.
Yep, Jordan, let's hit you.
All right. So